Sunny TV Arsenal, and we're live. I thought you had a little video to play for us.
No, I was going to say you introduce everyone and then we do it.
Our production manager is fucking things up as usual.
If you want, I can go to the video.
Go to the video before I introduce everyone.
Okay.
During record-setting 13-time winners Arsenal against Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. Arsenal started as huge underdogs, having lost 7 straight matches against the Blues, but we can take comfort in the fact that the last time Arsenal beat them was, you guessed it, the FA Cup semi-final. Arsenal without Colin Chambers, third player.
That was just a little intro to get you guys excited.
Well, that sounded terrible, didn't it?
Yeah.
All right, let's start again. Sunny TV Arsenal, and we're live. And firstly, I want to welcome Arsenal Inside Out Group. You got us back again after a little hiccup. So Arsenal Inside Out Group, all the way in Sierra Leone. Big up yourselves. And if any of you lot want to join the podcast or anybody else in the comments, then I'm putting the link in the description now. So all my boys in Africa, all my boys in Holland, all my boys all over the world, come and join us on the stream. Let's do some introductions. Got my boy with me, Wax. How you doing, my brother?
Hey, what's going on, bro? You good, yeah?
Bro, I'm always good when you're on, bro. I'm always good when you're on.
Good.
Whenever I'm not good, I don't bring you on, bro. I don't want to give you bad energy. So I'm always good when you're on. Introduce your channel, bro, and tell everyone where people can find you.
Yeah, they can find me on YouTube, Wax Online. And
let me just go over that again, just in case you don't listen to Wax. Listen to me. Wax Online is a big supporter of our channel. We're a big supporter of his. So please go and subscribe to his channel. I was just introduced Igal because I want to leave our last supporter, the best till last. Igal, how you doing?
I'm doing good. And I just want to let everyone know that little snippet that I played was from the 4 Arsenal. He let me use that video. Big up to him. And just go check out his channel too.
Yeah, 4 Arsenal, big up yourself. That was a really good intro. Unfortunately, it played a bit slow on ours. I think Igal's computer's playing in slow motion. And also, we've got a very, very good friend of mine, the original Man City supporter, behind what's his name? Who's the Oasis lot, right? It's Ray from City Fan TV. So, Ray, even though Ray's a Man City fan, is actually a good human being. Ray, big up yourself, brother. Say hello to everyone.
Wax ain't gonna think so. So Egal said the way that I've got to introduce myself, I'm gonna say wax on, wax off. No? So that, I mean, saving that. Now, City Fan TV, that's my channel. It's just me at the moment. I used to have a guy who, before the lockdown, he was doing some stuff behind the scenes, but he's doing his own thing now. So it's back to just me, and I've got to say, right at the start, thank you so much, Arsenal, for beating Liverpool. The whole country thanks you. The whole world thanks you. Because if Liverpool had got more than 100 points, they would not have stopped talking about it. Now that they can't get it, they tell us it didn't matter. I tell you what, it mattered so much to them. To be on a level of that no one's ever achieved something before, like the Invincibles, like United's treble winners, like City Centurions. Liverpool could have been spoken at the same time as those 3 clubs, but they can't. They should know their place. There's only 3 clubs that have done something unique in the Premier League era, like City, Arsenal, and Man United.
You know what? So what about 100 points? We've done it over 2 seasons. So
it's taking you 2 seasons to get 100 points, yeah.
So what's one season between friends, eh? Let's introduce some people. Let's introduce some people in the comments. So Arsenal Inside Out Group, big up yourselves. Come on the channel. The link is in the description. Anybody who wants to jump on the stream, you're welcome to. This channel is for the fans. Okay, so big up yourselves, Arsenal or City fans. Get on. The Assembled, big up yourself, my brother. How are you? Somali Flame, big up Somali Flame. Big up everyone on the panel. Chad Leng. Chad, how you doing, my brother? Sonny, Eugenio, Xhaka. But two useless players. Somali Flame again. It says West Ham beating Watford 3-0. Well, relegation battle there. We've got Gerald More clear. Big up yourself, Gerald. Gerald, if you haven't subscribed, my bro, please go and subscribe, and you're welcome to come on the podcast as well. The link is in the description, my bro. It says easy City win and performance tomorrow. If you're a City fan, Gerald, come on, bruv, because I think
you won't even come on my channel. You got no chance.
Ray's feeling outnumbered. Mr. Bungle, at your service. Mr. Bungle, get your ass on the channel. Love your picture. I feel like I'm looking in the mirror. Chad Lang saying, Sonny, you don't donate money. There will be a plane saying Arteta and Kroenke out. Sonny, do you know what? Arteta in, Kroenke out. Zaki Hassan, hey my brother. And for the Arsenal, get yourself on the channel with your Cesc Fabregas number there. Cheers for the shout out, lads. No idea why it's buffering so bad there. Sonny, what do you make of Arteta so far? I don't think it's too bad. And let's have a conversation about Arteta as well, actually, today. Spartan 23, Liverpool now at Leicester and Blackburn level. You know what? The hardest thing is not winning the league. The hardest thing is basically doing it back to back. Am I right in saying City have never done it back to back?
What do you mean? They just did it like last year, back to back.
So did City win the league last year?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, but they haven't won league this year. What are you talking about? Back to back?
No, they
in
won
the last
2
three
years
seasons,
in a row.
Oh, okay.
In the last 3 seasons, Sonny, we've won 8 out of the 10 trophies that have been on offer. So City, serial trophy winners, man. 98 points last season. Liverpool got 97.
JSD, big up yourself, JSD.
I heard something. City won a trophy every 25 games over the past 2 seasons. That's ridiculous.
Trophies are like passes. When they come back to back for City. But you know, when Arsenal lift up the FA Cup, I was going to say it would be there, but we won't be there. You know what? Before we get to City, what's the name? Man City game. I want your thoughts on Mikel Arteta, and we're going to start off with Wax. Yeah, how do you think he's done so far? Season's nearly over. He's been in charge. I mean, how many games has he been in charge? Off the top of my head, was he been in charge 13, 14, 15 games? He's been in charge.
I think it's about 16, including the Europa League games. But you know, in my opinion, Arteta is a fantastic manager, man. I love this guy. You know, he's a genius. And even when he was linked with a move to Arsenal, I was gassed, and I was saying at that point that he is going to be a successful manager, and he is. You know, as long as he gets backed, and that's the question on everyone's lips. Is he going to get backed by the Kroenkes? And that's what it is. As long as he gets backed, and as long as he can get the right players that fit his system, I'm thinking that Arteta is going to be a don, and he's going to be taking us back to the top. And I definitely believe that, man. But I think so far. So just to answer your question, he's done well. He's done very, very well.
Marks out of 10 for Arteta so far, Wex. And everyone in the comments as well, give us your marks out of 10 for Arteta. And someone come and join us on the stream as well.
I would say based on, I mean, it's got to be a high number, because with the current circumstances, the players, the mentality of those players. I mean, I've got to give him like an 8.5, man. It has to be close to a 10. It's an 8.5 for me. I think he's done well. Well,
if anyone gets an 8.5, it means they will have Arteta's babies if they could. So Wax is saying he'll have Arteta babies. Igal, would you have Arteta babies?
Yeah, I'm having all that. No homo. Anyways, I'm going to say, I apologize for that. Anyways, let me go back. When it comes to Arteta, I genuinely believe he's a leader. Like, we lacked a leader at the club. You felt like when Emery was at the club that there was no direct line between Emery and the management and the top of the level, like the Stan Kroenkes and the Josh Kroenkes. But Arteta today in his interview, they asked him, "Do you have a direct line with the Kroenkes?" He's like, "Yeah, if I want to call them, I can call them right now." He's like, "That's the kind of relationship we have." And I never thought Emery had that kind of relationship. I always thought Emery had the kind of relationship where he had to speak to his supervisors to speak to the boss, where Arteta can just go straight into the boss's door and speak to him. And that, to me, is a leader. And I feel like he's the figure that we have at the club. Because the same thing with Man City. Man City have Pep as their figure, and that's their leader at the club. And you don't really hear about the executives. But at Arsenal, you always hear about the executives and this, that. But now that Arteta's here, you only hear about Arteta. And you don't hear about Raul that much. You don't hear about Edu that much. You only hear about Arteta. And I'm happy because I like him.
Well, you don't hear about Stan because he's called Silent Stan for a reason. And he's not mute. But his name was Silent Stan. Ray, what do you give Arteta, mate? And what's the Arteta impacts? Give us two scores. 2 scores I want from you. I want Arteta for Arsenal, and I want an Arteta impact on it's had on City, because you lot have flopped in the league this year.
It's hard to tell exactly what Arteta did for City. It is because Pep does feel omnipresent. Pep is City at the moment. When he comes out in the press conference, he's the one he did the other day before the game against Bournemouth. Very passionate, sticking it to Klopp, sticking it to Senor Tebas, sticking it to Jose. I don't think Arteta would have done that. Arteta is more reserved, keeps his own counsel a little bit more. He's more, let's say, diplomatic. And so it's hard to tell exactly what Arteta did at City. And some people say because he left, we've dropped off. I don't know. It's as I said, it's hard to tell. How much is it Pep? How much was Arteta? I guess we'll only know in future years. And it'll depend on how Arteta does at Arsenal and how Pep finishes off at City. If we average next season after spending 150 million quid in the summer, then you could probably say Arteta probably had a bigger impact than we thought. But it's really tough to tell at the moment. For Arsenal, he's got to have had an impact. I was doing a stream a few minutes ago, and I was looking at your results after you'd lost the first 2 games after restart. Obviously, you lost to City, then you lost to Brighton. You've won 5, drawn 1, and you lost at Shite Hart Lane, and that's it. And some of you might have said I'd have taken 5 losses to win at White Hart Lane, but those 5 wins and a draw and a loss have got you back into a shout for a Europa League position from the league. He's made you more difficult to beat. Apart from that City game, and I don't know why you lost it. Was it Brighton? You've won 5 games, you've drawn 1, and you lost to Spurs late on, but it was only by 2 goals to 1. So I think he's made you more difficult to beat. I think you're letting in fewer goals as well. So overall, I think the impact has been pretty decent. You've gone to places like Wolves and beaten Wolves, and Wolves were challenging for Champions League. You've gone up there and beat them. You beat Sheffield United away from home as well. You're drawn with Leicester, and you might say, "Oh, I want to beat Leicester," but at the time, I think they were 3rd. So you put out some good performances, and you beat Liverpool. So
we beat Liverpool like that. We beat Liverpool like that. We squatted them aside. This is how
dominating performance, wasn't it?
Look at it. In the top 7 or 8, you beat. In the top 7 or 8 teams, you beat Liverpool, you beat Sheffield United, and you beat Wolves. Okay, you lost to Spurs and you lost to City as well. But you drew with Leicester. So I think that's positive, because I don't know the last time. I mean, if we ask ourselves, the last time you went around beating a few of the teams in the top 6, it's been years ago. It's been a long time since you beat us. So I think he has had an impact. Mentality-wise, you look a little bit stronger. And so I'd probably give him a 7.
That's fair.
Fair. Arsenal i4. Love the channel, Sonny. Love you, bruv. Thanks very much for your support.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
Can I jump on you for that comment about Pep? And I feel like a lot of people think Pep is, or when he speaks in the media, he's almost like an arrogance where it's like, oh, why you guys love Klopp so much, but when it comes to me, you guys treat me like this. Like, you have some respect. He's almost like Mourinho, where Mourinho was saying, have some respect. I won 3 times. Klopp is kind of doing that. I mean, Pep is kind of doing that, because Klopp only won 1 league title, and he's walking around like he's the biggest shit since sliced bread.
Yeah.
And Pep is here, and I honestly think he feels disrespected by how the media love Klopp and they disrespect Pep.
Let me just answer a couple of questions. Chad Lang, Sonny, why does Lee Gunner hate Arteta? Because it gets views and subs. That's why. Is a short answer. El Bandito, Sonny, what do you think of Robbie's handling of the Claude situation? He handled it like someone's trying to catch water with their hands. That's how he's handled that situation. So
check out the video. We already did one.
Yeah, check out the video. No holds barred. We say it as it is. And people can either like the truth or they can not like the truth, but the truth is the truth, and the truth which shall set you free. Right. So basically, if you've got issues, firstly you need to own up to your issues, and that's when you become a better person.
So what you're saying is if you do something wrong, don't pretend you did that wrong.
Yeah. Or if you're gonna do something wrong, if you're gonna be wrong and strong, fucking be wrong and strong and be believable.
Yeah, don't half-ass apologize.
Yeah.
And say I might have done something.
Look, I think we all know what we're talking about. If you do something wrong, just own up to it. Don't BS around it, and don't try and protect your brand, because you actually. And this is for Robbie now. Don't try and protect your brand in just to protect it. Do the right thing. You should have done the right thing in the first place. If you think that's the right thing, you do the right thing and you stick by it. You don't flip flop when your sponsors start walking away. You either stick by your guy or you dump him at the start. You don't do this half-hearted apology. And I only saw that. I didn't even know what had gone on. I only saw it last night. Don't half-heart give an apology. Give an excuse. I mean, because everybody knows you're just doing it for a reason. And then when you do come out and apologise, everybody knows why you've come out and apologised. It's because your sponsors are leaving. But that's just my piece on it.
Well, yeah. At the end of the day, if you're gonna, Robbie, don't be wrong and strong with the wrong people, Robbie. Don't be Robbie. Don't be Robin for Batman. Robin. Gee whiz, Batman. What are we gonna do now? Ollie, what are we gonna do now? Gee whiz. That's not the way to handle situations. Right, let's get back to the football and back to Arsenal. What really matters, guys? What would be your lineups going into the game? I think the Arsenal team practically picks itself. And just for them knuckle draggers down the road, if there are any Spurs fans are watching, remember you didn't beat Arsenal. Kolasinac beat Arsenal, right? So we beat ourselves like we did against Chelsea, like we did ourselves on many occasions, like we did against Brighton. Our back four, David Luiz beat us half the time. So we got David Luiz playing in your team. You're playing with 10 men as it is. Let's go to Bayo Kaka. Do you know what we could have done with the Kaka, the Brazilian Kaka in our midfield? I think you might be named after him, my bro. You might be a great footballing talent. He says, I prefer Zaha over Pepe. Very nice to be honest with you. Zaha can give us this. He's a fighter, good dribbler, good scorer. Pepe does a lot of unnecessary dribbling. Bruv, the only dribbling Pepe does, bruv, is when he's brushing his teeth and basically it's coming down his chin. That's the only dribbling Pepe's been doing. But other than that, he ain't done any effective dribbling at all.
I know, but you say that, but Pepe is fourth behind Maximin, Zaha, and Traore.
Cool. Buy him a bib. That way his dribbling won't go over his chest. Wax. Which team would you put out? I mean, our team picks itself now. Do we go with 3 at the back, and do we play defensive like we did against Man United, Liverpool, and hope for 2 mistakes?
That's what's probably going to happen. We're probably going to go into the game with the mentality we did the other day against Liverpool. It's going to be defensive. I think everyone's we're probably going to play with the same formation. Like you said, the team picks itself. It's going to be a difficult game, man. I had a dream that Pep actually said to his players, you know what, guys, we're going to give it to Arsenal because it's Mikel Arteta's first season, and he's my boy. He's my boy. He's been here for a little while. Don't worry, guys. Just give it to him. I had a dream.
What a lovely dream that was. You know what? The very thing was, right, is Wax is married to a beautiful woman, and he has a dream about Arteta.
The worrying thing is he dreams about Arsenal.
You know what? Martin Luther King had a dream. Martin Luther King had a dream as well. I thought Wax was going to come out and his Martin Luther King speech then. So, what would your team be, Wax?
I would go with Martinez in goal. I'm going to go with the same formation that we've been doing recently because I think it's been working. I'll go with Martinez in goal. At the back, I'm going to go with Holding, Mustafi, and Luiz. Put Cedric on the right. Put Tierney on the left. Then in the centre, we've got Ceballos and Xhaka. There's no one else there, to be honest. I think Torreira was non-existent in the last game, so I'm going to go with them too. And then it's just up front now. So we've got You know, I'd rather start Reece Nelson over Pepe, to be honest, because Pepe,
mate, 100%.
Pepe is not doing anything. Like, he's literally not doing anything on the field whatsoever. It's like he's just playing Sunday league football with his friends and he's just jogging around. Like,
I think they should ship his ass out, bruv. Seriously, ship his ass out.
I'll rather, I'm going to go with Reece on the right. I'll go with Saka on the left, and I'm going to put Aubameyang down the middle and just leave Lacazette on the bench for that second half firepower.
Gerard Malclair, but what a hater, bruv. Stop being a hater. I want City to show Arsenal no mercy and batter Arsenal easily. You've had it too many times, bruv. It's time for us to give you credit. Just remember, the last semi-final, bro, you lot got bitch slaps. Last semi-final we played against you. Don't forget that, yeah? And Arsenal are the record FA Cup winners, so don't forget that either. Wembley is a nice place to us.
Wembley.
Where the fans we're going to Wembley.
Sorry, what I reckon for your team, I think you should go with a 3-5-2. I think you should have 3 at the back. Your wing backs are there to bomb down when they get a chance, but they're also there to slow down and stop people like Mendy and Walker bombing forward. And when Sterling's on the ball, you know, your wing back and one of your 3 from your back 3 will come out and double team them. Because that's how City want to play it. They want to play in those triangles. They want to use like David Silva and Sterling and Mendy to create the space and the overlap or the underlap. And that's how I do it with a couple of defensive midfielders as well. Yeah. And then you still got 3 attacking players and make City's defense work hard. Don't leave them on the ball. Don't let them pass it around at the back. Be like Southampton. Put pressure on. Press them, and you'll see. You know they're not that good.
Mate, you know what? They'll sound like packets of crisp. Mendy, Walker, who you got next? You know, you sound like you're describing a box of crisp. You know what? I hope they're brittle and as crunchy as you say they are, because hopefully we can have a nice feast tomorrow. Igal, what would your team be? So basically, Ray, the City fan, is saying City a week down Mendy's side. Is that what you're saying? Because he pushes on too far?
What I'm saying is Mendy does make mistakes a lot more than Walker. That's probably been our weakest side for the last 3 seasons. That's why we're still looking for 1 or 2 new left backs. Mendy's probably the weakness down the flanks. And the other thing, he gives the ball away in advanced situations. He gives that ball away. He did it the other night. He passes it behind the attacking midfielder, and he passed it to a Bournemouth player. And it's like, yeah, you're just taking the other guy out, and you're taking yourself out by that pass, and it gave them a chance to attack. So it is weakness, and you've got to look at people like Mendy, and you put your a skillful, fast, hard-working player down that side.
Abdullah's giving Arsenal no chance at all. But Abdullah is probably not, because you're probably by your name you're probably an Egyptian. Abdullah,
No, he's not.
Where's he from?
He's one of my boys. He's off my channel.
Okay, but Abdullah, hopefully, my brother, thanks for watching. Hopefully, you can join the podcast as well if you want. Hopefully, tomorrow you'll not be crying. But to be honest with you, if you never won the FA Cup, would you be that bothered? You still got Champions League to play for.
No, we want to win everything, man. That's what
funny.
Pep's drilled into the fans.
Yeah, actually, but that's the attitude you have when you're an elite club. Do you know what I mean? You want to be winning everything. Take ourselves back to when we're invincible. The players that we had, like Henry, and that was their attitude, bro. Henry, you had to win every game. Look, Messi made a statement today, bro, because they lost yesterday, innit? I think Barcelona got beat 2-1 last night.
And Real Madrid won the league.
Yeah, and they won the league. And Messi, in his statement, he said, bruv, like, what do we think this is? We're Barcelona, bruv. We win every single game. There is no game that we cannot win. So that's his attitude, and that's the reason why he is, one of the best players in the world, and that's the attitude you need to have, man.
Ray, do you rate Rodney, or do you rate Del Boy, or Uncle Albert, or Grandad more?
I already answered that, buddy. Rodri, honestly, he, at the moment, he's a trigger. Yeah, he's trying his best, but he's not there. I think he's got better, especially in the last few weeks as the team has got better. But still, he's not a patch on Fernandinho. Fernandinho's still 35. He's still got it, Fernandinho. He knows when to put the tackle in. He knows when to do that little foul. He knows where to be. Rodri's, I think, probably better at spraying the ball around and passing it around and pass and move, whatever. And he's got to learn a bit more of the defensive bits and pieces if he wants to get to the level of Fernandinho. So for me, the jury's out. He's probably done a 6.5 out of 10 for me. He just needs to step up.
Abdullah, big up my Iraqi brother, bruv. We're cousins. I'm a Turk. Barrow saying a tough game to us. Chances of us winning is 10%. City are fast, creative. Yeah, they are. But you know what? Football is played on the pitch. It's not played on paper. Jal Stoggs is saying, if anything, abuse at pace on at a press. Liverpool have been there. Kryptonite when they press. The thing is, can Arsenal press as a team? That's a thing. And are they fit enough to press City? And also,
okay, can I? Sonny, I gotta stop you. Sonny, I gotta stop you right there. You say, can we press? But we've scored 4 goals off pressing. Eddie and Nketiah at Southampton, against Wolves with Aubameyang, even against even against Tottenham. The other not Tottenham. Even against Liverpool, we did it. There was 4 situations where we won the ball high up the pitch and scored the goals.
Yeah, it's true. But the thing is that one team who experts at beating the press is Manchester City. And if you leave yourselves exposed against City, it's like you're gonna get your bum slapped, isn't you? It's like pull your pants down.
But if you don't do it, you'll get your bum slapped anyway. So you've got to put some pressure on. You can't let City pass it around because we will find gaps.
I think we should sneak another 2 extra players onto the pitch. I think anyone notice?
Well, when we played earlier in the season, we had 12 players. We had David Luiz and ours, didn't we?
Right, guys, give us some score predictions. I'm coming to your team.
Just before we do that, can I just show my lineup?
No, we're going to come to the lineup next. Can you stop changing the agenda? Give me your score predictions, guys, please. Score predictions, everyone. Gal, score prediction.
Okay, I think we're gonna win 2-2 on penalties.
Oh yeah, it's true. You could go to penalties. That's our best chance of winning.
We're gonna win 2-2 on penalties. And just to let everyone know, stop saying Cedric's name because he cannot play this game. He played for Southampton in the FA Cup.
Yeah, good point. You know what?
Stop mentioning him.
Bellerin's on form anyway. Bellerin is on form. Calvin saying, I think we'll win 2-1. Come on, Gunners. Normal time or extra time. Wax, what's your score prediction?
Realistic one or just like a...
No, realistic one.
Realistically, I think we're going to lose. I think Chelsea. I think Man City are probably going to beat us. It's probably going to be a similar score to the game that we played the other day. 3-0, 4-0. I mean, Man City is not a team to mess with, man. They're not like Liverpool. They're going to be taking those chances, mate. I'm telling you.
Mate, bigger than harder they fall. What's your score prediction, mate?
I'm going to go. I'll say it's going to go to extra time, and City will win 3-1.
Well,
I think we'll have the next for you extra time.
Better than the chance that you usually give us. You know what? I'm going to actually stick my neck out. I'm saying 2-1 to the Arsenal. Right? I'm going 2-1
to the Arsenal.
2-1 to the Arsenal, I'm saying. And I think I'm going to go stick my neck out even more. It's going to be an Alexandre Lacazette masterclass.
So you're deluded now too?
Now you can show your team. Show your team.
So now you're joining the deluded party. So.
I am because I actually called Arsenal to beat Liverpool 2-1 as well.
I called it too. So
you got money on that, but that would have paid you a fortune.
If I'd made money, I would have put the money on that.
The thing is, I thought Arsenal would win as well. I thought Arsenal would beat Liverpool. Even when you were losing 1-0, I was doing some parody videos at the time, and I thought, come on, Arsenal, get back into this. I've spent an hour and a half doing parody videos of when Arsenal were going to beat Liverpool, and it happened. I watched the last 10 or 15 minutes, and you guys were on the rack. And that's the save from your keeper that pushed it on the post. That was phenomenal.
Oh, Martinez is...
Martinez.
I've watched it 20 times in slow motion, and I still don't know how he saves it.
Gave us slide through the air like a Scud missile, mate.
Do you know how much he earns? Like, Martinez is only on about 20k a week, you know. He is putting his heart out there, mate. He needs to get a new contract. They need to upgrade that.
You know what? He don't even earn as much as Wax. That's the amazing thing. Wax earns more money than Martinez, you know. Right. So basically, Igal, what's your team? I know you're trying to tell us. Right, hang on. Now this is where I'm.
That I think that Arteta is going to go with.
No,
We're going to go with. Hello.
We're talking about your team. We're not talking about Arteta's team.
Yeah, this is the team I would go with, and this is the team that I think Arteta is also going to go with. And the reason that I think that's going to happen is because it gives you the fluidity to change to a 4-4-2. The moment that things go, the moment that we go into the defense, I think we're going to change shape, and we're going to go back into the shape of the 4-4-2.
Yeah.
And when we're in attack, I think we're going to go back into this motion where you got all these guys pushing up, Bellerin staying a little bit back, and Saka joining Aubameyang.
You know what?
It's almost going to be like a four. It's almost going to be like a formation change from a 4-2-4 to a 3-4-2-3, and it just constantly changes throughout the game. It's ridiculous. It's really fluid. Honestly, if you look at it, the past 4 games, you could say Arsenal, the way they've been changing formations and playing throughout the game, it's of the like of a team that's been doing this for 5 or 6 years. The way that they've just adjusted.
Right. You know, I really like the formation. Like, I think, like, if we have got the right players, if we had real quality players in this formation, it would actually work. It would really, really work. But I think we're lacking in the center of the park still. You know, Xhaka and Ceballos, even though Ceballos is playing well, I think we need someone with real vision that can, you know, really open up teams and really.
Am I hearing someone bring back Mesut Ozil? Am I hearing Chance bring back Mesut Ozil into the team?
I mean, with this type of setup, there is nowhere for Mesut Ozil to play because Mesut Ozil plays in the attacking midfield role. So this is the reason why not only he's got that little minor injury, but a reason he can't get into the team because of this formation. We're playing defensive, isn't it? But yeah, we need to, in the transfer window, if we want to stick with this formation, in either Ceballos or Xhaka's position, we need to find a real, like a Xabi Alonso type player, you know, that type of mold. That's really great with the long range passes. That's got great vision. That's quick to react. You know, I mean, Xhaka's got a similar attributes, but he's just slow with it. He hasn't got the full mental. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I wanted to really point out something. You guys always talk about Pepe not getting into the game, but look at it this way: when we build up our game, we ask Pepe to stay on the outlet. We push everybody else up on the left hand side. And it gives you the opportunity for cutbacks, but Pepe's all the way out here on his own when everyone's playing over there with Saka.
Pepe played down the right hand side as well, Igal.
What?
In the game, main always played on the left. They do play down the right as well.
No, I understand that, but what you also have to understand is our most creative players, our most creative outlets on the wings are Saka, Tierney, and I would say Aubameyang has been really good on that wing, coming in and scoring. So Bellerin, Cedric, Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Maybe Ainsley Maitland-Niles is a lot better at that, but Cedric and Bellerin have not been good at overlapping Pepe.
I don't agree. I think Pepe can't overlap himself. That's the problem. I think Pepe's been out of the game. He's been a passenger. He don't run. He walks around the pitch, man.
He doesn't. You know what it is for me? Pepe's not finding the right spaces. He's not calling for the ball. You know, he's not making the right runs. You know, when you're one of those inside forwards, one of your main things is being able to, you know, make the right runs and find the right spaces. And for me, Pepe's just not doing that.
Is this true? Is this true? The comment from Chad. Lacazette.
Yeah. Arteta said he's not looking to sell Lacazette.
Well, that means it's going.
Yeah, I mean, we can never believe it because whenever we've been told that we're not looking to sell anyone, or why would we want to sell anyone? They've been sold. So it's like, you know, we can never believe what they're saying. But there is reports suggesting that Juventus want Lacazette or something like that.
Well, if Lacazette doesn't go, what's our chance of getting Thomas Partey?
I mean, I think.
What do you mean? What's our chance? Thomas Partey deal is going to be funded by Ainsley Maitland-Niles and somebody else.
No, I don't think.
Reports in Ghana saying Partey's close to signing a new contract.
Of course they're going to say that because their league hasn't finished. Their league doesn't finish until mid-August, like Man City. You're still in the Champions League.
Yeah, but this is Thomas Partey's dad saying this.
No, it's not. It was what do you call it? That report in Ghana, same guy who said the deal is done with Arsenal. The contract's almost finished. You never know.
Exactly, made a good point. Would you pay £23 million for Sabas? I would.
2 seconds.
Yeah, I would. I think the game's have been decent. Yeah, I think it's all right. Especially last few games, he's coming to his own. How about you? How about you guys? Would you sign Sabas? You think he's good enough?
2 seconds.
For cheaper, but not for 23 million.
You won't get. The guy's a youngster. He's not going to go for less than 23 million, is he?
Yeah, and don't forget they bought him for like what 15 at the time. So they're
not one thing I like about him is battler. He battles. Yeah. Xhaka is slow. Xhaka, what Wax said. He's slow. You know, if you watch Wax doing his lambada, that's how hips should move, not the way Saka moves. You know?
Yeah, I had a question. What is City's team going to look like, Ray?
I think we're pretty settled with what's going to be our first team. There's a couple of positions that I'm not so sure about, but I think Pep's got this thing about playing his best team whenever he can, and I think he played a few of the first teamers the night, which might affect who he picks on Saturday. Edison's going to play in goal because Bravo's injured, and Pep said today Edison's going to start. I'd expect it to be Walker. I hope it's Eric Garcia with Laporte. And Mendy, earlier in the season, Mendy couldn't play 2 games in 3 days. I'd pick Mendy if he's fit. He's been playing a lot of 60 minutes or something, so I'll play Mendy if he's fit. Defensive midfield, toss-up between Gundogan and Rodri. Attacking midfielder, I think there's no question, KDB and David Silva. David Silva's been great since the restart. Phil Foden has dropped off the pace a little bit. So I'd go with David Silva and KDB in front 3. Mahrez, Gabriel Jesus, and Raheem Sterling.
Okay, off the top of your head, this is a good question from Chad. What player does Sabas remind you of? Let's think of past Arsenal players. Who does Sabas remind you of? You know what? Who I'd say he remind me of? I'd say he reminds me of an Emmanuel Petit, or an Edu, but with a lot more skill. But with a lot more skill and vision, in my opinion. Yeah. He's not. The guy can tackle. He gets stuck in. He can tackle. He's got skill. I actually like him. I like him. I like what he does.
I think we haven't seen the best of him, because when I remember watching him in the under-23s for Spain, and the way that he was playing, he was almost like David Silva, a young David Silva. I know that's heaping a lot of praise on him, but I think he has the potential to be really, really good. And if we were to get him for 23 million, that's a bargain, man.
Beast Titan saying it'd be over before half time. Beast Titan, I don't think we'll beat City by half time, but.
Yo, guys, I have a controversial statement. Guys always say Man City's B team is better than Arsenal's first team. Do you actually believe that? If we go through it man for man, is Man City's B team actually as good as our first team?
I'll say we'd have Bravo in net, we'd have Cancelo at right back, Stones and Otamendi at centre backs, we'd have Zinchenko at left back. DM would be, let's say, Gundogan or Fernandinho. Attacking midfielder have Bernardo Silva and Phil Foden. And up front, Aguero, he's not a team now. And anybody you want. It's still not going to be a bad team.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not gonna talk no more. I'm just gonna keep quiet the rest of the stream. Like,
you know what it is? We actually need. It's not only that we've got like deadwood players, but we actually need at least another 10 players to add to the amount of players that we have now, because we don't have a number. We don't have a lot of players. Even Arteta said, if you want to compete in this league, man, we need many more players. But there is no way to do this.
Max, this is why then the 5 subs is going to be more beneficial to City than it will be to Arsenal, because they've got a better squad than us.
Of course, we're going to be bringing off Joe Willock to change the game. Joe Willock.
Yeah, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Joe Willock missing that shot against Liverpool, it just made your point for you.
I told you, man.
Oh,
I mean,
Melvin said, "What about for City's third team?" Exactly.
I tell you what, we've got some really good kids coming through.
Oh yeah, I know. Eric Garcia, people are saying he would be better than our whole defense.
Garcia.
I said at the end of last season, you should have been taking out some of the guys that were leaving City. Like, you know, people laugh at him, but in the right system with the right players, Fabian Delph was all right at left back. It just wasn't attacking left back like we wanted. But it's more defensive left back. But that's not his position. And it's, I think what Pepper's shown, if you've got enough really good players, especially going forward, you can have somebody like Zinchenko or Delph playing at left back. You can have somebody like Otamendi playing at centre back and get away with it. You can have someone like Bravo in nets and almost get away with it because your attack is so strong and you're keeping the ball so much. And so if Arsenal, you're not going to get 10 players this summer. Personally, if someone came and offered me 50 or 60 million for Lacazette, I'd say thanks very much. You've got, and if your kids are good enough, let them come through and just focus on the areas that are going to make the biggest difference to you guys. Just stop letting in goals. That's the biggest thing. Stop letting in goals. Get a solid midfielder who's going to, you know, be box to box, but is going to be a good in the defensive department as well as the offensive department. And do it. It might take you 2 or 3 transfer windows to do this. It might take 2 or 3 years to turn it around. But that's what it's going to take. And if you look at what Claude did with Liverpool, you know, when he came, they were, what, 5th or 6th? And it's taken him 3 or 4 years to get to where they are. So I think Arsenal, you've got to accept a couple of years in the wilderness while Arteta turns it around.
Chad's saying, do you know what, before I go to Chad's comment, do you know what, Stuart, the first player that I thought of was Perez as well, but the only reason I didn't say Perez because they play different positions. Chad saying, will Reece Nelson make it? He will make it because our bar's been lowered. You know, if our bar was what it should be, he'd be nowhere near the Arsenal's team. You know,
there's a goal and people say, will he make it? Let the guy live, bro. Let him enjoy his goal.
The guy's already made it. He's a professional football player, for God's sake. Earning about 40 bags a week. He's made it, mate. He's already made it.
Yeah,
don't need to do anything more. Like, don't need to do anything more,
man. What's this? Professor Love for me say a small but dedicated band of renegades escaped from AFTV stockade to the YouTube underground to become soldiers of truth. If you know where to look, you know how to find them. You could call ARTV team. I think there's a lot of Mad Murdochs in that bunch.
Oh man. Yeah. What do you think about your chances in the Champions League?
As good as any. I mean, look. I mean, you know, we've never won it, so we're not going to go around. I'm not going to go around and say we're going to win it. You've got to look at get past Real Madrid. You know, Real Madrid have picked up I don't think they're brilliant, but they picked up a bit of form. They're scoring goals. They've won the league. When, you know, lockdown, I didn't think they were that brilliant. But they can turn it around. So you can't look too much beyond them. And if we get through, we got Juventus or Lyon. But you've got to take it a game at a time. If you look too far ahead, you know, we're going to end up getting beat by Real Madrid. You can't look at the next game. You know, they've not won, was it 12 Champions Leagues in their history? They've not won, was it 3 or 4 out of the last 6, you know, for nothing.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we're not talking about Champions League.
No, but what about the ban, City's ban? Because that affected us. Now the City's not banned.
It hasn't affected us, has it?
No. But think about it. City's not banned, so that means next year, even if we wanted to, we still have to. City and Liverpool are locked in. What's the chances of us beating Chelsea, United, Leicester? We have to battle Wolves. We're still going to be down in the pecking order. If City were actually banned for 2 seasons, it would have benefited us, of course, a little bit.
Listen, there's somebody going to be driving around FIFA with free petrol for life. You know, we know that they're going to get free petrol for life.
The thing is, look, Arsenal sat in 9th, so let's be honest. If City were banned, you still struggle to get in the top 5.
Yeah,
you know, as things stand at the moment. So, I mean, you know, obviously I'm a City fan, but look, I've studied it a lot. I spend a lot of time looking into FFP. Everybody does stuff. Every team, Well,
No,
every
they don't. Because Arsenal have hid behind FFP for years as an excuse not to buy any players.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Yeah, so Arsenal have hid behind FFP is an excuse not to buy any players, and now it's come back and it's fucked us right in the bum. Because Man City built their team. Man City built potentially a European Champions League winning team. They built a Premier League champion so many times team, and Arsenal haven't. All because not because the lady loves milk trade, because Arsenal tight asses.
Well, that's it. Look, there's something that City's chairman said last year, Khaldun Al-Mubarak. It was nothing to do with money, Gerard. I told these guys enough times. The thing is, he said, other teams make bad decisions and they want to take it out on City for their bad decisions. And he meant there were a couple of that stand out when we look at Chelsea, for instance. We bought Leroy Sané for 37 million quid. Such an exciting talent. And we were paying him 60 grand a week. Chelsea come along and buy Danny Drinkwater. They paid about 40 million for him, and they were paying him 120 grand a week. That was just a crazy thing to do. And there's been other instances. We got Bernardo Silva. We paid him once again about 40 million, and he wasn't on massive wages. And Chelsea went out and got Bakayoko. They paid about 40 million for him on massive wages. So other clubs are making bad decisions. And you look at sometimes at the players City you've got, and you say, could Arsenal have afforded Bernardo Silva for 35 or 40 million quid? Mm-hmm. They could. Could Arsenal have afforded Sané for 37 million quid? They just gone out and bought Pepe for 72 million quid.
Yeah, exactly.
They could not do Leroy Sané's. When people say, "Oh, Sterling's too expensive at 50 million," do you think Sterling's too expensive at 50 million now? If you want to buy Sterling now, you're looking at 100 million. The other clubs have had the opportunity. Look at KDB. When he left Chelsea, I mean, he was sold for 18 million. 18 months later, he's gone for 55 million. Anybody could have bought them. So I think you've got to commend. Yes, City have got the money, but generally they spent it really well. And other teams could have got any of these players.
They've definitely done good business. And like you said, a lot of the other teams, including Arsenal, over the years have done crap business. I mean, I think the only other team that's done good business over the past couple of years is Liverpool. Hence why they're doing well at the moment as well. So yeah, it's bad decisions being made behind the scenes. Sad, really, isn't it?
Have you had any big flops?
El Pepe do it, see.
Pepe?
Yeah.
He'd be cleaning the boots.
No. Let's keep it real. It takes a year for you to adjust. Riyad Mahrez didn't do much last year. This year he's playing amazing.
Yeah.
I think that's critical, man.
Who you say?
I think you've got to give Pepe another season. The first 6 months of last season, he was awesome in France. So I think you've got to give him time. I think his confidence it looks short. Either he's a lazy sod, just happy to draw his money, which I'd like to think he isn't, or he hasn't got the confidence. He looks lost. He looks lost often.
Important announcement. We need to have a minute silence for 7-Up Ninja. He says, a minute silence, please, for Attitude to Party Racists. So we're going to start now.
It's time to go!
It's time to go. Fucking hell. Does he deserve a minute?
Can you please respect the minute silence for Departed Racists, please? That's a minute silence for Departed Racists.
What was worse, what Claude said, or what? Have you seen what the Red Men TV did a few years ago? Their homophobic rant against a Chelsea player, Chelsea fans.
Oh, no, I ain't seen that.
You not seen that?
No.
That was as bad as it gets. That it really, really was. I think Chelsea might have been in 2014 when Chelsea beat Liverpool.
Yeah,
it might have been that season.
Right. From now on, every game we're going to have, every stream we're going to be on till the departed racist comes back. We're going to have a minute silence. All right.
Yeah, I got a question for you guys. If you could take one player from any team in the Premier League that you could pick as the best player in the league, it has to be Kevin De Bruyne, right?
Yeah, I can't argue with that. He's the best player of the league this season. I don't think he's hit the heights. You know, it's an unpopular opinion in Manchester. I've been disappointed with him overall because I think he's not been consistent. For me, he's not been consistent enough. He's been in some games he's done really well. In others,
he's about to break the assist record.
His record's great, but he's had moments of magic. It's not been consistent brilliance through a game. He's had moments of magic where he's done amazing things. But for me, he's not at the level his talent deems it acceptable. For me, you know, I'm going to give him. He's been our best player this season, but he'd be struggling to get more than an 8 out of 10 from me for this season. Just because I think he should be doing a lot more. I think he's a lot better than what we've seen this season. And it sounds, you know, sacrilegious to say something like that, but I think he could and should do much better.
Is he player of the season for you?
Raheem's been a slot for you this season. Sterling's been a slot.
No, Raheem's the thing with Raheem Sterling. Yeah, I'm going to be, you know, sound a bit odd to be negative about the players. Since September till we came back, Raheem Sterling was crap. From September to March, he scored a lot of goals at the start of the season. He looked on fire. Yeah, the first 4 or 5 games. Yeah. He still scored goals after that. For me, he couldn't create. He wasn't creating. I think he had 1 league assist before we locked down in 20-odd games. That's crap for your wide man. You know, normally our wide men get you at least 10 assists a season, and that's what Sterling did a couple of seasons before that. You know, in double figures, in 17 goals, 11 assists, I think, in the Centurion season. So he wasn't creating.
The great Arsenal teams, right, used to always get goals from wide, where it's Pires, Lundberg, Overmars, you know, going back years to Brian Mould, you know, we always get goals from out wide, which, you know, our wide player now is Aubameyang. You know, goals come from him, but he's not really a wide player, is he? You know. But that's what we don't. That's Arsenal's biggest problem is basically there's not enough goals spread around the pitch.
Riyad Mahrez has 1 assist in the Premier League. I did not know that.
Riyad Mahrez is a greedy sod.
No, not Riyad Mahrez. Raheem Sterling. My bad.
Yeah, that's what I said. I knew up to lockdown he had 1 assist in the whole, but he's got a ton of goals. You know, he's got an absolute ton of goals. That's because City create so many chances. They create so many chances. He's going to score goals. He scores a lot of tap-ins coming in at the far post. But creativity
all over the pitch, I want to see, man.
But remember the reputation he had 4 seasons ago?
Sorry?
Raheem Sterling's reputation 4 seasons ago was that he can't finish. And now it's like he gets a hat trick one day, the next day he doesn't score.
Yeah. Some days he's on fire, and some days he's certainly not. But the thing that's been consistent throughout this season is he's struggled to take his man on. He's not used any trickery. He just uses his pace, and he's not as fast as he thinks he is. You know, there are the defenders out who've got some ability to block him or the pace to be able to keep up with him. And he needs I think he needs to add that to his game, a little bit of trickery to actually, you know, beat someone with a bit of skill rather than rely on pace.
Excellent questions coming in from Chad tonight. Fanny, do you think Arteta has improved Saka? Not for goal scoring. How many goals Saka scored in the league? 1? Is it 1?
Yeah, that was his first goal.
Yeah, his first goal. So not for goal scoring. Do you know the player at Arsenal miss? Martinelli. I think Arsenal missed Martinelli because before Martinelli got injured, and we don't hear what his injury is or when he's going to come back.
He's got a big brace on his leg at the moment. I'll see a picture of him today.
Really?
Yeah, it's got a big, massive brace, one of those Stone Cold Steve Austin looking braces.
Yeah, but surely you should still be able to play football. If you've got a brace in your mouth, you still can play football. You can still eat, can't you?
Yeah. Yeah, Sonny, you're high. Yeah, Wax. You were doing a show earlier. What about Arsenal? What was the news that you had?
Which one? Which one was it?
I think 1 second. The last one that I seen just before we started.
Tony Adams criticizing Raul and Edu.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anyone hasn't seen that on Wax's channel, gives a bright, slight insight into it, but don't give it all away so everyone can go and watch your channel.
Basically, Tony Adams was just talking to the Express or one of those publications, and he was, demonstrating his frustration at the fact that Edu's inexperienced, and and he's just basically blaming them, saying that they're making the wrong decisions and they're in too deep or something like that. They're out of their depth.
And if anyone wants to see the full video, Wax, where can I see that?
Yeah, they can go and check it out on the channel, man. Wax Online. Just go and bang that into Google and you'll see it. Go and subscribe while you're there as well.
Guys, I think the midfield is a problem, and that's why if we do lose, we're going to lose because their midfield is way better than ours. But attack and defense I think the fact that we're playing with a back three and we basically have a back five when we're defending, and we're gonna really have trouble in the midfield because there's only two people in there.
You know what? I reckon it's the FA Cup. They should throw the form book out the window. Forget defending. Forget defending. And the first goal is going to be the most important goal of the game. And Arsenal needs to get that first goal. If City get that first goal, they're going to beat us easily.
Yeah, Ray. If we're up 2-0, are you still confident City can come back to win the game?
Against most teams, I'd say no, but against Arsenal, there's still a chance. Seriously, I agree with what Sonny said. If you get a goal up, then it's going to be hard for City to come back because the longer we've seen it a few times, the longer the game goes on, the more clueless City become, the more they lack creativity, they lack ideas, and they end up just lumping the ball into the box. If you see City start lumping the ball into the box, that means that they're struggling. They don't know what to do because you got Gabriel Jesus in the box on his own. He's about 5'9", 5'10". What's he going to do? And we do that time and time again. If we're struggling, we just lump crosses in. If we're playing well, we will go for the bar line and cut them back. And if we're doing that a few times, cutting them back, then I think it looks like we're going to dominate. But if we start crossing it in, that's the thing. Once you've got a goal ahead, you've got something to hold on to, and you'll put your five. You'll play. I think you'll switch to a 5-4-1 if you get a goal ahead.
I'm going to test these guys' Arsenal knowledge. Ray, you don't have to answer, right? Arnold Arneson, big up yourself, bruv. He said we'll take this like Liverpool 200. Yeah, definitely. So the point is getting to the final. What was the name of the Arsenal player? Give me the first name of the Arsenal player who had the surname Arneson, played for Arsenal.
I have no idea. Was it Arshavin?
No, and everyone in the comments as well. Played for Arsenal, had the name of Arneson. Let's see.
Some others do. All I'll say is, Sonny, some others do have them.
Yeah, you're right. You know.
What do you call it? I have no idea. Yo, Wax.
No. Don't skate over the answer. It's just giving you a biggest clue going.
I don't even know.
I have no idea.
Some mothers do have them. And shares name with Bruno.
Arneson Fernandez or something?
Bruno Mars.
Shares a name with Bruno.
Mars Arneson.
Shares name with
Mars
Bruno.
Arneson.
The boxer. Yeah, not Mars. Frank Arneson used to play for Arsenal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna ask you guys: are you guys expecting a boring game against City, on our perspective, on our side of the pitch? Because I don't think we're gonna be doing much.
Yeah, it's gonna be boring, man.
No, I don't think it'll be boring. I think both teams are gonna get the ball and pass it around a lot. I think both teams are gonna pass it around a lot.
I think Arsenal come out base more. They can't They can't lie down like they did in the last game against you lot. Even though the last game was at what's name? It was at City Manchester Stadium, and it wasn't at Wembley.
Yo, do you guys get bored watching tiki taka pass for like 35 passes for a shot? Because some people say they hate it. Like Chelsea, if you ask a Chelsea fan what kind of football they like, they'll tell you they like counter-attack football. You ask a Man United fan, they'll tell you counter-attack football. You ask a Barcelona fan or a City fan, they'll tell you they like possession with a bunch of passes. I want to know what you guys like.
I grew up on kick and rush. I grew up on fast football, lots of crosses, big guy in the box, rough and tumble, that kind of thing. So I miss that. I miss that from City because ever since Edin Dzeko left, we've got no big target man in the box to put crosses into. So I like a bit of both, but sometimes watching the passing and we're just passing it around the back, it becomes a bit monotonous. You're just watching the same thing.
Kesh, come to stream and give us your score prediction because we're going to finish soon.
And then so it is. But when City step it up, and it is just like bang, 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 3 passes and we're in. And as a fan, you want more of those moments. But then you look at the game and we just won a game 3-0, and you think, well, okay, the result speaks to itself. We'll beat Burnley 5-0, and I think we didn't play that good. Or we'll beat Brighton 5-0. We're a 6 or 7 out of 10, and so it sounds greedy that we want us to play even better. And I think we're having a good ride. We just got to be happy with the style of football we've got, and it is those moments that make the game.
Yeah. Wax, what kind of football do you like? Because some people were comparing City's football to Liverpool, to even like the Mourinho Chelsea's and Man United's, and they're like, some people don't like that style of football. They just don't like it.
I'm more of a person. I like possession football, but not too slow with it. I like direct, fluid type football. Similar to how Arsenal used to play under AW, many years ago.
Arnie, there's no way anyone will get this buff, even though it was only 1990-91 that he was in Arsenal's title-winning side. Guys, I will give you guys a couple of minutes. Everyone in the comments, if you could get the answer to this. Which Icelandic player plays for Arsenal? He was in the Arsenal 1991 title-winning side.
I have no idea.
You got any fags, Sonny? You got any fags?
Is it going to be that long?
Yeah, no, man. What year did you say?
It's me clue, guys. Have you got any fags? You got any Siggy?
Anyone wants a Siggy?
You got a Siggy?
Anyone wants a Siggy?
You guys got too much knowledge for me, man.
Siggy Johnson.
You guys got too much knowledge. Yo.
How long
ago was it that City were not in the top 4? When was the last time they were not in the top 4?
When we got in the top 4 would have been 2011. I think that was the first. And then 2011 sounds right. We won the FA Cup. I think we finished 4th. And the last time we were 5th because Spurs and Peter Crouch came to Manchester and beat us 1-0. I think it was. And they stopped us getting in the top 4. I think so. Since 2011, I think we've been in the top 4 every time.
Wow. We used to take that for granted as fans.
Guys, we're going to wrap it up now, and we're going to cover it. We've covered the game, and we've covered this game, and we're going to do a cover like AFTV and their racism gate. So we're going to be out of here. Ray, shout out your brilliant Man City channel, buff. It's going to be brilliant.
Cheers, Sonny. Yeah, City Fan TV. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers, which I'm quite chuffed about. Considering we've had the lockdown and for 3 months we've got nobody. So we're up to just over 1,900 subscribers. Like anything, it costs 90 to subscribe. And it helps us have a warm, fuzzy feeling inside if we can get to 2,000 subscribers. by the end of the season. So that's City Fan TV.
Who was the other one? I was saying, I don't know. I don't know. Anders Limpar, he was Swiss. It wasn't him. Icelandic player. I can't think of another one. I can't think of another
this
one.
guy needs to come on the pod. Anyways, wow, shout out your channel, bro.
Here's your clue.
Sigurdsson.
Here's your clue. I was going to say, your clue's going to be Queen Victoria's husband.
Albertson. I'll cover. He was never going to get that one. 1944 to 1946. This lot can't remember 2004. Guys, we're gonna finish up now. Please, everyone, go subscribe to Sunny TV Arsenal. That's a given, and hit the like button and the share button. Wax, shout out your channel and where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, wax_online_, and you can subscribe to my channel, Wax Online.
You know what? Go check Wax's channel out, because he does videos every single day, and is always up to date with all Arsenal transfer news, what's going on at Arsenal. You know, he's bang on. You know, and I don't bother looking things up on Google, and I'll just go and watch Wax's channel. And
don't forget, he was the first guy to break the news on YouTube about Pablo Mari.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, that's what I'm saying. So don't bother any other out there. Don't worry about it. You don't need CNN. You don't need Sky. You don't need nothing, mate. Go on Wax's channel. Get your Arsenal news first. Ray, what are you doing tomorrow during the game?
During the game, I'm watching it.
You're going to jump on straight. I was going to say do a watch along, but I can't bother to do a watch along. So you're going to jump on.
I'm not doing a watch. No, I'm driving up tomorrow from Paris up to Manchester tomorrow. So I'm hoping to arrive a couple of hours before the game. I normally do a live team news an hour before the game. I do my selections 2 hours before the game. Then I'll do a post match. But I'm tempted to do a watch along, but I don't think I'll bother, because I'll be so knackered. I'll be falling asleep during the game, so it's not worth it.
Big up, JR. Another one of my brothers on the channel. Guys, tomorrow after the game, half an hour after the game, it's going to be. We're going to be happy that we're going to a cup final, or we're going to be crying. So let's just hope that we're happy for once. But knowing Arsenal beat City, and then they're going to lose to United or Chelsea in the final. But let's stay positive.
Sonny, if we win, send me a link. I'll come on if we win. And if we lose, I'll be washing my hair.
But if you're driving, bruv, driving and tears and YouTube don't really mix.
No, I'll be there. Look, mate, I'm out of here at 6 a.m, so I'm going to get Manchester in time for the game. Don't worry,
guys. If we win, everyone in the comments, if we win, right, who would you rather have in the final, Chelsea or United?
Chelsea.
I'd rather have United.
No, United will beat you. United will back you.
I'd rather have United. You know why? Because the win would be sweeter.
Nah, man. You don't want United. Yeah. You don't want smoke with Bruno. You don't want smoke with Martial right now.
If we could get over Liverpool, next level. If we could get over Liverpool, we could get over City, then United have got nothing to fear.
Yeah.
Right. And ending it on that, Igal, what was Patrick Vieira's last touch for Arsenal? What game was it?
Wasn't it the first game? I think it was like the third or first game of the season.
No, the last game for Arsenal he played. What was the last?
Must have been a testimonial.
What was the last contribution he made? And everyone in the comments.
Was it a tap-in against United?
No, it was a penalty against United when we beat them and we won the FA Cup. That was his last kick of the game. His last kick for Arsenal. So that could be an omen. Or it could just be someone with 360 on their head. You know? So anyway, Sunny TV Arsenal, we're out of here. Thanks for all of you who observed the minute silence, because I think that we should be bringing that into every stream from now on, because it's a worthwhile cause. Anyway, Sunny TV Arsenal, we're out of here. Love you all. Take care. Subscribe if you hate Tottenham. Sunny TV Arsenal, we're out of here. See you an hour after Arsenal make their way into the FA Cup final. And Ray will be crying. Take care, everyone. Please subscribe, share, and